guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are making the world's best Southern cornbread stuffing. So in honor of us getting into the holiday season, it's almost Thanksgiving, we're going to be making the cornbread stuffing. I make this every single year and I'm so excited to share this with you guys. So let's get into the ingredients. There's a lot going on here, but it's gonna be amazing. First, we're just gonna do the little icebreaker here. We're using chicken gizzards. Yes, that is a secret ingredient to my world's best cornbread stuffing. It's actually amazing. You don't really taste it. They're a little like, it's like just a little bite of surprise. Like you don't know what it is, but it's good. It's like a harder mushroom. So we're gonna chop those finely. Then we have some sweet Italian sausage here. We've got some celery, these are about 2 medium chopped yellow onions. Got 4 sticks of butter because anytime I cook, I always have a bunch of butter. We also have 1 cream of celery and 3 cream of chicken. Some buttermilk, some flour, some corn flour, vegetable oil. We're only going to use the orange and the red peppers. We're not going to use that yellow one. We got some chicken broth and some Lowry seasoning, ground pepper, rubbed sage. I got the rubbed sage because something magical happens when you rub sage. I don't know, it does. It like releases all of its amazingness. We also have some parsley flakes, which to me, they don't really add like flavor or a scent. It's just kind of like for some color in there. Some garlic powder, onion powder, and I'm missing something. Oh, I already put my sugar in here. So we're gonna start with the sugar. Yes, I do believe in putting sugar in your cornbread. It just offsets that saltiness and the bite of the meat. It's gonna be amazing. So I got my little recipe here. So first we're gonna combine all of the dry ingredients. So I have 1 cup of sugar. We're also gonna put 1.5 cups of our cornmeal. So let's get into that. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make this Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a feast. I wish we recorded all of our other Thanksgivings because we always do it super, super big. No, one year, Tex and I I was actually shooting at the floor this year, and we went to Popeyes for Thanksgiving because we were away from home, and we were just like, it was just us, we didn't really care, but that was just 1 year. Okay, so I'm gonna put 1.5 cups of this cornmeal in there. Okay, y'all, this is a little messy. It's okay if you put a little bit more. So I'm using 1/2 cup, so I need 3 of these. 2. Oh, Jesus. 3. And a little for good luck. You know how I do. So next we're gonna do, I have everything written down, you guys, that's why I keep looking down, hold on. Next we're gonna do our 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And no, we are not using a cornbread base here because we are all homemade around here, you know. So 1/2 cup, then we're gonna do a 1/2 of a teaspoon, not 1/2 teaspoon, just 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda. It makes a difference. Don't know the difference, but it makes one. I think one like explodes or something. Comment down below if you know the difference between baking powder and baking soda. One makes it rise, right? I don't know. We're using baking powder. So we're just gonna do a teaspoon of that. I don't have my teaspoons. I think they're actually in the dishwasher, so I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. We know what we're doing, so we'll be okay. That's about a teaspoon. Boop. And a smidge for good luck. Then we are going to do our seasoning. So we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of parsley. And I think you can eyeball this, but if you guys just wanna see what it will look like, we'll just do, that's about 1, 2, 3. And like I said, parsley to me doesn't really have any flavor. It's just like an overall like fresh green scent, but it just adds a bunch of color. And you'll see when we kind of break up the cornbread, because there's a couple steps of the cooking process, you'll see what it does and the difference that it makes in your cornbread. Next, we're gonna move on to our 2 tablespoons of sage. So the recipe calls for just regular sage. You can use whatever sage you have in your household. I happen to love rubbed sage. It's amazing. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. It's thebomb.com. It's just so much more fragrant. I don't know, but it's also fresher. Yeah, if you have time and energy to go check out rubbed sage in your grocer, you should. Or fresh sage, it's all good. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the rubbed sage. 1. And sage is really what's gonna give your cornbread that stuffing Thanksgiving flavor. Sage is usually rubbed on turkeys, and it gives it this like amazing holiday vibe. But that's the secret ingredient. It's sage. Sage and like rosemary and thyme is always a good holiday herb blend. Then we're gonna do our 2 tablespoons of seasoning salt. You can use whatever seasoning salt you want. You can use like a Cajun blend if you want, but I'm gonna use Lawry's because it's all purpose. It's not spicy. It doesn't have like a weird flavor. Like sometimes the Cajun seasonings are way too Cajun for me. This is just exactly what it says. It's all purpose. You can use it in anything. I use it in eggs, scrambled, sunny side up, hard boiled, anything. I use it in anything. So good. All right, we're gonna do, what did I say? 2 tablespoons of that. Oh Lord, I should probably take this off, huh? You can almost kind of go ham with this. It's so good, you're gonna want to. Okay, I really want this to be flavored. So I feel like cornbread is, to me, the most exciting part of Thanksgiving. And there's really nothing more disappointing going to someone's house who doesn't have a good cornbread stuffing, because I look forward to that. It's cakey, it's buttery, it's supposed to have some crispy bits, it's supposed to be really, really good flavor, but if it's not good, Lord, make me want to go home. Okay, next we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I know it's surprising I'm not using fresh garlic, because I use fresh garlic for everything, but really unnecessary. The powder does the trick. Okay, 1, 2, and a little for good luck. 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Oh, it's so fragrant. I wish you guys were here right now. I'm serious about a Sam's Family Cook-Off. Shall we? It'll be amazing. So much fun. Okay, so 1. That was like 1 heaping amount. We'll underdo it this time. 2. Okay, woo! It's messy in here. I need an apron. Should I get a monogrammed apron? Like a custom chefkin apron with like a cute little chef hat? Okay, so we did the garlic powder, the onion powder. Are you laughing at me? So now we need 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then we're just gonna incorporate this. I really am not gonna do what I always do, like add a little extra with the black pepper, because yesterday I made something and I did a little extra for good luck and my heart was on fire. Y'all, had heartburn. I don't really like spicy. So we're gonna stick to like what a real teaspoon would look like. Boom. No more for good luck. Okay, now we're just gonna incorporate this. This is just a regular old whisk. It's nothing fancy, don't let you hard. We're just gonna get everything mixed well. Look at that color, y'all. I'm telling you, look at that. Beautiful. That's what you want your cornbread dry seasonings to look like. That's exactly what you want. I wish you could smell it. When I tell you this is gonna be the world's best cornbread, bless you. Salud.
Thank you very much.
When I tell you it's gonna be the best cornbread, I mean it. Don't you want to come over for Thanksgiving? It's gonna be so good. Okay, moving on. What's next? Y'all dance when you cook. Okay, so we're gonna do the wet ingredients. I'm gonna get another bowl. I can't remember the rule. Is it you combine wet to dry or dry to wet? One of them makes it go psh, and I don't know which one. I always forget. Just the dyslexia kicking in. Okay, let's do the wet ingredients. We need 1.5 sticks of butter. This is not room temp, so I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for about, I don't know, gotta eyeball that. Maybe like 15 seconds.
Tell me, if I told you nothing but lies, would you still love me? If I shake an ass at the club on some other guy, if you call me up in the morning, but you heard his voice on the phone, would you still want me if I tried?
So I popped our butter into the microwave for about 15 seconds. So I'm just gonna take 1.5 sticks of this, and we're gonna put it in another bowl and start whisking that along with 3 eggs. I need a trash bucket. That's why I like to keep the trash right here while I'm cooking. So I'm not gonna cut this, I'm just gonna smush it. That's just the way, it's just easier. Yeah, we've been cooking for a while, we know what we're doing. All right. I know that's messy, but I always end up using it again. Let me wash my hands. Woo! Then we're gonna whisk 3 eggs and then put the rest of our wet ingredients in there, which is, I think it's buttermilk and let me see. Yeah, just buttermilk, that's it. Eggs, oh no, and vegetable oil. Okay, so I'm gonna pop my little handy dandy whisk into my hand mixer and get that whisking. I wanna work on the butter first because I know it's harder and I really want it to be smooth. Once you get it just like that, leave it. You don't want to overbeat the eggs or the butter. So we're just going to work on our eggs. Am I the only one that puts the eggs back into the thing? Because I do. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Ah! It's gone. That was horrible. Okay. Yeah, I always put the eggs back in there. I don't know if it's kind of like a messy thing or like an organizational thing. I don't know. Oh! It's turning out to be messy. Okay, so now we're gonna measure out our buttermilk and vegetable oil. So let's see how much we need. 2/3 cups of vegetable oil and 1.5 cups of buttermilk. So 2/3 cup, I have a 1/3 cup here. That means 2 of those. So we're gonna go 1, 2, boom. Okay. Now we're gonna do our buttermilk, and that's 1.5 cups. So that's 3 of these. Buttermilk always smells so weird. I really don't even know why I just smell that. I'm like, it just smells so unique. Okay, 1. But it's got that cultured taste to it, which I kind of like. It's kind of like Greek yogurt or something like that. It adds like a sour creamy thing to the cornbread. Moving right along. I need to preheat my oven. I'll be right back. 350. That's what you need to preheat your oven to. Should have done it in the beginning, but it's okay, it's okay. We will be all right. Moving right along, we have all of our wet ingredients together. We're just gonna whisk those together. Then we're gonna combine the wet with the dry. All right. Now we're gonna end up whisking this a lot more, so there's no need to overdo it now. Let's combine those ingredients. Gosh, don't you just love the Face ID on the iPhone? Kind of scary, but it's amazing. I don't even have to, it's amazing. Okay, so we're gonna combine the dry and the wet and then stir it in well. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time because I've had the alternative and I don't like it. All right, now that's what some cornbread stuffing is supposed to look like. All right, y'all. Last little bit. Then combine this. Get in the nose. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all look at this, look at this, look at this. Beautiful color. What? You're over here cooking like your grandma. What? We need to bring this back. I'm telling you. 2020 who? We in the early 19s. Yes, baby. Ask your grandma about this recipe. I guarantee she knows about the gizzards, everything. I'm doing it the right way, I swear. Okay, so now if that oven was preheated, we would have been able to just put it in the thing. Put it in the. Did I just lose an earring? Cut! I'm struggling. My earring fell on camera. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. I get my earrings from the beauty supply. Spoiler alert. Okay, yeah, if I had my oven preheated, I would have been able to just boop, boop, boop. But I didn't. So, whatever. It's fine. We're using aluminum dish pans, so I'm not going to grease them. You can if you want to. I don't find it necessary. On top of that, I think sometimes when you grease your pan, it makes the bottom crispy, and I don't want that. So I'm not going to do that. But we are going to put it in an aluminum pan. I'm going to mix it one more time, just for safety, on low. Make sure all the bottom bits don't have any flour sticking to it. Get everything off from the sides. All right, that should be good. I'm going to go over my little recipe one more time, make sure I'm not forgetting nothing. Cool. So we're going to place this into a baking pan and then cook it on 350 for 45 minutes. I want my little spatula. Let me get a spatula because I want all my cornbread, baby. I don't want to waste my cornbread. Beautiful. Amazing. Make sure that's all even. Now this is gonna be a super, super moist cornbread at first. Then we're gonna pop it in, get everything else ready, the veggies and the meats. Then we're gonna take this out, mix that together, and then put some more liquids in it, and then pop it back in, bring it out, and then it's done. I promise the 50 million step process is totally worth it. Give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna start cleaning up and then prepare everything else. And I'll meet you guys back in just a moment.
Trust me, trust me. I don't like being alone, thinking of ringing your line. I wish you would come home. I just need to balance my space. I just need to protect my space with you. Okay.
So my oven just beeped. I'm gonna pop this cornbread stuffing into the oven, and we're gonna work on our veggies and our meats. Okay, so in front of me I have an orange bell pepper, a red bell pepper, 3 stalks of celery, and approximately 2 medium yellow onions. So I'm just gonna chop this up roughly. Discard the little gross ends. You can chop this however you'd like. I like mine kind of chunky, but I think these might be a little too chunky, so I should have cut them in half. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna split this down the middle. Nobody wanna bite into no big old chunk of celery. Okay, so you can split yours down the middle if you like. Yeah, that's perfect. Then we're gonna dice them like that. I have a huge pot on the stovetop heating up. I'm gonna add like a tablespoon or 2 of oil in there, and that's what's gonna saute these veggies. Are you surprised I'm not using butter? Me too. I'm not gonna overdo it. We did put a lot of butter in the stuffing. We'll be okay. All right, we're almost done here. I'm gonna pop these on first because these actually take the longest to saute for some reason, which is so weird because they're mostly water, but they do. So I'm gonna have these on the stovetop first. Let's add our oil and then pop our celery in, and we are good to go. Oh, it's smoking. Oh Lord, don't look too hard. Boom. I'm gonna turn this down. I don't want to set the house on fire. Okay, so let those cook. Oh, that's the only scary part. Oh, I don't like cooking with oil. This is why I cook with butter. Okay, now we're just gonna half the bell peppers. You're just gonna take the inside out. You can cut it or you could just not be extra. Just take it out. Cut this in half. I'm gonna use the big half. I love bell peppers. You're gonna take out the heart. Cut it in half. And I use the big half. Alrighty. So you're just gonna cut it long ways. I do believe this is called julienning. Julienne, I think. I need to get on my cooking terminology. So you're just gonna cut them long ways and then rearrange them back together to cut them the opposite way. Like that. You just want them finely diced. You want like a little bit of bell pepper with each bite. And then I'm gonna go back over and finely dice them once everything's done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. At this point, we're also gonna add our onion and then work on the other bell pepper. So this is 2 medium onions, so I'm just gonna pop the whole thing in there. And that's gonna be the fragrant part. I freaking love onions. So when I tell you, like I want all of this, I don't even wanna waste it. I think onion makes such a difference in this dish. Beautiful, beautiful. And you want these sauteed completely before putting them into the cornbread. It makes a huge difference, I promise you. If you put them in there raw, assuming they're just gonna cook out in the cornbread, no. The pan does something, it caramelizes it, it just is so good. So good. You saute it and make sure they're like fully caramelized before you put it in there. Because it creates its own little flavor that you want in there. It's an additional flavor. All right. Now I'm gonna chop up our red bell pepper. Same way we did the other one. A long time ago, my aunt taught me when you're cutting, you always curl your fingers, and I always do it. I used to think I was cool and did without it, and of course I cut myself. Of course. All right, let's get this chopped up, add it to our pan. Now to these vegetables, you really don't need any seasoning. And I know that sounds strange coming from me. Queen of seasoning. But you don't need any seasoning. All the seasonings we added, all the herbs, the seasoning salt, the garlic, the onion, everything in there is already in the cornbread, so you don't need to add any extra. If you do, you're probably gonna overdo it. I've done it before, trying to be extra, thought I was different, thought it was unique. Nope, stick to this recipe. It's amazing on its own. I promise you will not be missing any flavor if you just do what the recipe calls for. All right, these are just about done. Awesome. Let's get these incorporated. Let those cook out for a bit. Oh my God, can you smell it? It's so good. Look at all that color. The cornbread's already got so much color and flavor to it. This is just gonna add that. Looks like a fiesta in here. Beautiful. Can you tell I love food? Hi, Whit. Hi, Mama. But she always comes when the food's almost ready. Like, Mama, can I have some? Where'd you go, Whit? Whit! Get out my pantry, girl. Don't you go in my pantry no more. No, ma'am. I stay giving her food. That's why she's in here begging. Okay, we're gonna let these cook down until the onions get about clear. and then we'll come check on them in a second. Meanwhile, let's get to the fun part, the gizzards. I know you're excited.
Boy, just hand it over. Talking about your love, I can't get enough of it. Kinda wishing I was sober. And I know you're tired of me. How you fuck with me, at least I'm honest. Something you need to get over. Kinda miss the feeling that I get when I'm on my way over. So boy, just hand it up. Cause you know I need your love. I can't get enough of it.
So I just transferred our veggies to another bowl off to the side. I've prepared about a fourth cup, maybe a third, a fourth, more like a fourth, of chopped chicken gizzards, and we're gonna start cooking those on the stove first. So let those cook. Then to that we're gonna add a 16-ounce package of sweet Italian sausage. This ready once those gizzards are done. They're gonna be super, super fast. Let's keep an eye on them. Come here, Wit. Come here, Wit. Hi, Fitzgerald. Hi, Fitzgerald. Hi, Fitzgerald. I love you. They're almost done. Gonna toss them off to the side and start our sweet Italian sausage. Okay. So this comes in two different packages. You can either get it in the sausage form, like the link, with the skin around it, or you can just get it ground like that, which is exactly how I wanted it, so I don't have to rip open the casing and do all that jazz to it. Just get it like it is. A little tip there. Okay, so you're gonna break this down. You want it to be super crumbly. Just cook through. You don't really need to char it or anything. You just want everything nicely cooked. And then we're gonna throw our veggies back in, and then just have those sitting here for when our cornbread is ready. Smells so freaking good. Some people like to use hot or even mild. I don't. I'm not a spicy person. I really don't like spicy food, so that's why we're sticking with the sweet. But if you do, there's a couple of different things you could have added to it. You could have done like half and half. I've done that before, didn't like it. But if you like spicy, go for it. You could do the half sweet Italian sausage, or that would be like 2 lengths of one and then 2 of the other to make 16 ounces. You can really, this is totally customizable, but I'm sticking to the recipe because this is what's good. Alright, it's crumbling down beautifully. Oh, I love this smell. As it cooks, just make sure to break it up because it's easier to break it up while it's raw than it is when it's cooked. Oh yeah. This is gonna be so good. So once the cornbread is out, what we're gonna do is take it out and put it into a big bowl. Put our sausage, gizzards, veggies in it, and then stir it up. We're also gonna put our 3 cans of chicken, cream of chicken. I was gonna say chicken soup, not just cream of chicken. And then we're also gonna put a can of cream of celery, which is why we didn't go ham with the celery stalks, because they're gonna reinforce that celery flavor with a cream of celery. Celery and sage, great combo. Very Thanksgiving. And then we're gonna mix it together, and then we're gonna put it back into the pan and let it cook. And then when you see it come out, oh my God, you're gonna realize why it was all worth it. Okay, I'm gonna turn this heat down because it's starting to get really brown. And just cook the rest through. Beautiful. Make sure everything's cooked through before you put it into your cornbread. Wits, what are you doing? Did you just linger? Comment down below if you have any other Thanksgiving side dish ideas. I like to stay traditional, but I also want to do something unique, like maybe a twist on a green bean casserole or something, or like some really, really bomb mac and cheese, like some luxury mac and cheese, like maybe lobster mac. I don't know, or maybe some mini, what are those called? Mini beef Wellingtons? Something cute. Like, do you see where I'm going with this? Something very festive, but still keep it like back to our roots type of thing. I know y'all always stay with a bunch of ideas, so please comment down below and let me know what you guys are making this Thanksgiving. I feel like we're already in the holiday spirit. Sidebar, I bought like 12 wallflowers from Bath and Body Works. So good. Makes the house smell like amazing. They're called, I think the scent I got was called Leaves. And then I got one that was called Flannel for our room. And then one that was Spearmint for Auntie Emily's room. She always loved like relaxing essential oil scents like that. So that's what I got that for her. Y'all, my house smells so good. So good. All right, this is almost done. There's still a little bit more pink left. I'm gonna wait for that to cook all the way through. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna let that cook. I'm gonna go check on our cornbread and see what's happening in the oven. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm just so proud of me. Y'all, I didn't always used to cook like this. I mean, it's been like the last 4 years, but before I was not the best chef, and to see my growth is amazing. Now I can just think about a recipe and make it. All right, I think that's almost done. I'm gonna put our veggies back in here and let that sit. Look at all that color, y'all. That's what you want your Thanksgiving dish to look like. Color, fun, flavor, seasoned. We're not doing bland over here. No man pressed ham. I have a friend named Takia. She went to high school with me. She would always say, no ma'am. No, she would say, yes ma'am, pressed ham. She was funny. She was a funny one. Now she's actually like traveling the world and like doing her thing. I have her on Facebook stuff. Good for you, Takia. Good for you. Okay, that's what you want it to look like. I'm going to turn the heat off. Oh my God. It just looks so festive. I love it. And it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Okay, I'm going to stir it one more time for good luck. Okay, we're going to let that sit. I'm going to prepare my bowl of creams because I like to prep ahead of time so I can save time in the kitchen. So I'm going to put our creams in here and start cleaning up a little bit.
Come over, you said you would. Tonight we ain't got no rules can sign. Wanna make you feel so good. Wanna see you feel so good.
All right, so we have our vegetables and our meats over there sitting in the pan. We are waiting on, we have about 12 more minutes until our cornbread is ready to be taken out. In the meantime, we're gonna get our sauces ready. So sauces, liquid. They're not really sauce, liquid. So the first is the cream of chicken. We're just gonna pour everything in there. And now I told you I don't waste, right? So I'm gonna show you how much I don't waste. Watch. I'm gonna put everything in there first, right? Then get your cream of celery in there. And then have your chicken stock ready. Because, oh Lord have mercy. All right. Oh! So messy. Okay. So we're gonna put our chicken stock in these 3 cans and we're gonna stir it around so you let the liquid get all the rest of the cream of chicken because Might as well, you know, get that little last bit. Why not? All right, you don't really need to fill it up halfway. I'm eyeballing the chicken stock because the problem with eyeballing is once you start, you kind of got to keep it that way. You kind of got to keep guessing. So I've been doing that the whole time. So we're just going to keep eyeballing. But if I had to guess, it would be 2 and maybe 1/2 cups, maybe 2 cups. So yeah, you'll be fine though, either way. It's a lot of liquid, it's all gonna cook out. So we're gonna stir this around, get all of the stuff off the sides. Hi, Uncle Tim.
Hey. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all this good stuff. You don't wanna waste food. You leaving?
Yeah.
You have a grand old day.
Alrighty.
Toodaloo. Then we're gonna start pouring it in here. Boom. Oh Lord, this is about to be filled to the top. Okay. Look at that. And then you're just gonna stir it around. You don't really have to though, because it's all going in the same pot. I could have used a bigger bowl, yes, but we're here. We're not going backwards, only moving forward. Okay, we're just gonna let this sit. Clean up your trash, don't be messy. And then wait about 9 minutes now for the cornbread to come out.
Produced by D.
You know what I want. I wanna keep it real. Tell me just how we feel. I don't ask for much, but honesty and good feels. I know that you want perfection. Cook, clean, good head, that's a blessing. It don't satisfy your boy, that's depressing. Gonna be on to the next thing, she got what you missing.
All right, so we have taken the cornbread stuffing out of the oven. It's got just enough caramelized bits at the end. Come take a look. This is why we want this. So once we break it up, we add the moisture back in, we put it back in. Those bits are gonna be like at the forefront, and it's gonna add this charred, beautiful, crunchy, soft, sweet, salty, herbal flavor to it. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so first we're gonna take our cornbread out and put it into a bowl. I don't know why I have this here, honestly. I was gonna put it in there, but we don't need that. We're just gonna use the same bowl. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, this is kind of like the same process for making cake pops. You take it out, you add your frosting, your liquid in, and then you put it back in. Okay, oh my gosh, it smells so good. So good. I'm serious, and it's not just because I'm making it. I really, really hope you guys make this. Like, I really, really do. This is the world's best Southern cornbread stuff. Oh! Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Okay, next we're gonna put in our liquids. Actually, I'm gonna break this down a little bit because I want it to be really easy to stir. Look at it, it's steaming. Beautiful. Okay, you want it crumbly, but it's beautifully cooked through. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're gonna put our liquid in. Oh. If you can't tell by now that this is gonna be amazing, I don't know what to tell you. I'm glad I'm making this early because it just further reminds me this is such an amazing recipe and that I need to make it for Thanksgiving. I love being in charge of my stuffing because I get to make it the way I want. So I'm gonna stir it up, then we're gonna put the veggies in there and the meats. Now, yes, this is a lot of liquid. It's not gonna be soggy, it's not gonna be soupy. Once you put it back into the oven, you're gonna let all that liquid evaporate, but you want this much liquid. The recipe calls for a little bit more chicken stock, but I've done this before, we're good. See, it's already soaking up all that. Oh my gosh, delicious. This is exactly what you're looking for. Make sure it's all fully incorporated. so that when you add your meats, all you're doing is just stirring it around. Look, that cornbread is sopping that juice up. Look. Beautiful. Would you ever guess that this bowl of sludge is gonna be the best cornbread stuffing? No, you wouldn't. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process. Oh my gosh. I can just imagine this on a sandwich with some cranberry relish. Oh yeah, some turkey. Okay. It's soaking it up so well. Look, we put a lot of liquid in there. It's gonna be good. All right, so now we're gonna put in our meats. I'm gonna add it slowly, so kind of scoop by scoop, and stir it in. It's getting thick. Oh, Lord, my arm. Wait a minute. Okay, let's add another scoop. Here lately, when I'm cooking, I've learned to like take my time with things instead of just, I would have just before stuffed all of this in the same bowl. But no, enjoy your cooking, enjoy the process. Take time. Put real effort into your meals. It will taste like it. By slowly incorporating everything in here, you're allowing everything to get to the bottom and be throughout the cornbread. Takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. I need to switch arms. Okay. I'm gonna add the rest of the stuff in there. And then we're gonna transfer it to that pan once again. And we're gonna pop it into the oven for I think 20 to 30 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. And then it's gonna be done. Hey, boo.
That's amazing.
I know.
So it said 20 to 30 minutes before I can eat?
Yeah. 20 to 30. Oh, Lord. My arm is tired. Yeah, can you? Just need you to kind of fold it.
Wash my hands real quick.
Thank you, babe.
Definitely don't want to
Contaminate the goods.
contaminate the goods, you know. Hold up now. You screaming at me. Jesus, man. Why the water so hot? All right, let me see what we got going on.
Oh,
What
just
you need
fold
me to
that
do?
in there.
Just fold it in?
Yep,
like
fold
this?
it in. Fold it in. Yep. Catch up on my
Smell like
notifications.
carbs. Lit on your nose.
On purpose. He always says that. There's something on your nose, and it's my highlight.
Yeah.
It's purposeful.
Doing his job. How much is it? You want me to do some pouring? Or you say you're gonna pour?
No, just keep kind of incorporating it. Maybe like another 30 seconds.
Incorporated.
In-
Let me see. Let me see that picture, man.
like. That's cute.
Got my baby out there in the heat. And a little stroller. She big. She in a whole stroller looking like a toddler. When is her shots?
On the 29th of this month.
Keep asking, man.
I know.
You need to come quicker.
You're good.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I did good, huh?
You did great. Thank you. So this is what it should look like. So look, we're just gonna piece through it. This is how you can tell it's like we're on the right track. You get some celery. You can see the orange and the red bell peppers. You see that parsley. You can even get some of the bits of sage. You get the sausage. You get some gizzards over here. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna go bit by bit, and then we can pour the rest out. Might not look amazing right now, but it's gonna be. No one needs to see this process while you're in the kitchen anyway. They just want to eat it. They just want to be there to eat it. So good. I feel like if people knew, like if your guests knew that this is what it looked like, they would like it. But tasting it, so good. Okay, now I think it's light enough for me to pour it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes! This makes me so freaking happy. Alright. I'm gonna get all that good stuff out. I kind of want to scrape the bowl, y'all. This is going to be leftovers for days. Okay. And so to ensure that it's cooked evenly, you don't want to do the whole smush it. You just want it to be as leveled as possible. You could just tap it on the counter if you want to, but I like doing it like this way. It like almost scores it and it makes for a beautiful presentation. Alrighty. So that's what you want it to look like. Our oven's ready. I'm gonna pop this in, put it on like 25 minutes, and then eyeball it anytime after that.
She ain't got what I give. Can't do that thing that you like to, yeah. Know how to talk that shit right to you. No, she ain't got what I got for you. No, she don't. I know she don't. Oh, no, she.
Alright, you guys, you made it to the end of this video, and our world's best soul food cornbread stuffing is finally ready. So I'm gonna go get it out of the oven and have a look at it. Stay there, I'll be right back. Oh, yes. I should really invest in another oven mitt. Oh, Jesus. Wouldn't that be crazy if I dropped it? Just kidding. Oh my God, it's hot and sizzling. Look how beautiful, look at that color. That's what you're looking for. Looks amazing. I cannot wait to dig in. All right, so anyways, guys, comment down below if y'all want to see like an entire Thanksgiving feast series. There's desserts, we can do a couple more side dishes, we can even do like a roasted turkey or a fried turkey or something like that. Let's just keep this trend going. Comment down below what you want to see me make next. And what else is there? Keep your post notifications on. Subscribe to this channel. I love you guys. I'm about to dig in, so I'm gonna have to catch y'all later. Bye.
Is it the way you said to me? I act like I can't speak to nobody. I was scared.